All right, let me know if you can hear me now. Just realized I've been talking because I didn't turn on my little thing on the back of my phone. This is what I get for trying to work before 7 a.m. Can you hear me now, everyone? Let me know. Let me know if the audio is now working. Listen, I did not have coffee this morning, okay? It is just sunshine and good old Maine energy waking me up.
We are about to get into your next immunity challenge, but first things first, I will take back immunity, Caribou. Thank you.
That's okay, everyone. You didn't miss anything. Just me explaining the house tours that happened this morning.
Other housekeeping.
This is the more important stuff.
Lex has bequeathed his 4 coins to Jess.
Lex gave his coins to Jess.
Another one from the tribal council. All right. Welcome to Sunrise on the Reaping. You may drop your buffs.
This is a moment.
You can keep them though. They're a perfect souvenir. All right, how this is going to work is you will each select a random tile to stand on. On my go, or when I say, you will reveal the number on your yellow tile that's on there. I will pair you randomly with 2 other people, so there will be 6 groups of 3. Those 6 groups of 3 will each work on a fire-making station, and how the tribes will be decided are that the first 2 groups of 3 to finish will become Tribe 1. The second 2 groups that finish will become Tribe 2. The third 2 groups that do not finish will become Tribe 3 and be going to Tribal Council.
Lots of gasps about that last piece of information. So we are about to get our newly formed groups into our newly formed tribes. Definitely some gasps around, some running to a tile. Francesca feels this one calls to them. Everyone's hoping they get a good number. We're going to stand here. So they are about to flip over a tile, become trios, compete, and then depending on their placement, those trios are going to become new tribes. Everyone is
figuring out which one has
trying
a good
to
vibe
maybe vibe split up. They don't really know.
There's only one left.
God going to the last station.
Right.
It's all right. It's early.
Looks like everyone is by their tiles, eagerly awaiting to see what numbers they have.
For a little sunrise on the reaping.
We will have all 3 ones come to the station in front of me. It's a 6. There's only 6 groups of 3. All the 1s come here. All the 2s will come here.
Hold on, John. Hold on.
All the 3s will come to this station.
All right, so let's look at this first trio. Aldrin, Phil, Rede.
All the 5s will come to this station.
Group 2, Nick, Gideon, Raul. Group 3, Cod, Leo, Francesca. Group 4, Lindsay, Jess, Geraldine. Group 5, we got Kelly, Champagne, Pinelli. And group 6, we've got Sean, Patch, and Kieran.
Unless I ever say otherwise.
Remember, these now groups of 3 are about to compete in a fire-making challenge. And the first 2 groups to finish are going to become
packets, you are warned.
A group. The first tribe, the second 2 to finish will become a tribe, and the last group to finish becomes a tribe and actually goes to tribal council.
That is all that you're going to get.
This is all of the kindling and wood that they get. Lots of deliberating. Let's go around and listen.
Not start yet.
So with these little skinny guys, let's get those kind of broken up tiny.
All
right. That's going to be our feeders.
Strategize.
Yeah.
magnesium.
And then we can use that to like get it in the middle.
Yeah, make sure to get like a tight pile. No, wait, don't start. Oh yeah.
Like we're gonna put some here. We're gonna get some magnesium on here, and then we're gonna try and strike it and light that, and then we'll go.
We'll have some sticks ready
to
Yeah.
Okay.
The ground is wet.
All right.
Yep.
We're gonna get going in a
we can try
second.
to separate the twine a little bit so that it's like frayed. And that's where we'll put the
Tributes, are you ready?
Yes. Yes.
And
You get the twine. I'm gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, this is
go.
Our tributes are off now. The goal is to build a fire and release that flag. We have lots of magnesium right now being shaved by Nick. Everyone is working, doing different strategies over here. We have fraying of rope that's happening
We have
over here.
some groups.
We have
We having one person
some a little bit more fraying, some magnesium. Nick's being broken. Everyone is using a different technique.
Right
Now,
now.
knowing that you are going into a survivor game, I hope our tributes practice fire making because fire is a part of Survivor. Lots of magnesium over here with this group. Looks like we might have our first sparks. And we have a fire.
Raul not only have a spark, but a little bit of a flame. Cod and Leo. Jessica also have a little bit of flame.
Okay, out.
Cod, but
Will burn very quickly. So you have to really capitalize, but they are limited on. Over.
Smell a lot of smoke from those early flames.
Very quick, but magnesium burns very quickly. So you have to make sure the base of your fire is good enough to catch. And these players have
Some
limited
groups are doing some
resources.
interesting things with their materials to try to make them more flammable.
Way more magnesium being scraped over here by Nick.
Maybe make sure that they spread out long enough for when the fire is actually going.
Some folding of the two resources here.
Kelly,
Hoping that maybe folding it underneath might help it catch.
Bill, who's now trying to get
Lots
the
of
spark
sparks. A little bit of
Landed a
something,
little
but
bit of
did
a
it
spark.
catch? It might have.
going. And
Trying to breathe some
Leo,
fire.
And now Jess in on the flint. Got a
And it
quick
looks
bit
like
of
he might have
smoke
lost
there.
it there. Looks like we found a little bit of a fire. Can they keep that going? And it might have gone out already.
Bill had a tiny bit of a flame
Back
there.
to scraping more magnesium.
Had a tiny bit of a flame here. I have some embers.
Back over here at group 5.
scraping as much magnesium.
Not a lot of resources on their table. They only have the rope. It could be a good strategy. We will see if it pays off. Group 4 has their rope just bunched up, hoping that maybe the magnesium will help it catch. Lots of sparks, but nothing catching just yet. Remember, these groups are competing for placements to build their new tribes. Lots of sparks right now.
Ellie and Jess both trying to get a flame going with the flint.
Again, they've used all of their rope and they just
Sparks are
have it in
jumping
a
off, but nothing is catching for them.
bunch on the table. Now, if you've never used a flint before, go out there and try one out. It's not easy. So definitely there's definitely a little bit of a finagling and a little bit of some use to making a fire with flint. It's definitely fun. Now, Lots of magnesium over
Got another
here.
flame over here from
Looks like now they are peeling the bark off of their sticks and they're de-threading their rope.
Aaron a little bit.
A much different technique than the other group who just had their rope all bunched up.
Another flame there from Phil.
Lots of magnesium.
Got a little bit of a flame from Leo on the flint.
Magnesium, as you can see, has been really worked down there by Nick. He's a very large pile. But as we know, magnesium burns very quickly. We've got actually a fire going over here with Francesca, Cod, and Leo. They are blowing to try to put some life into that fire. All they need it to do is catch and try to continue. Looks like they might actually have a bit of a flame going.
Not able to get too much of it caught.
And just like that, the fire may have gone out, potentially. Cod is correcting me. It is not out, merely small. Need more bark. They are working on it. They're trying to keep that flame going. Asking for some rope. Again, you don't want to be one of the last two groups because then you are going to tribal council with your new tribes.
Whether or not they can turn that into more, we'll see. Kelly trying to blow
Looks like
on
over
the fire.
here, we've got a little bit of
Spark there
smoke
from
going by
Nick.
Kelly.
Gideon and Raul quickly adding things, but they might have just
No
smothered it
group
a
has
little bit.
successfully been able to get a fire to go that lasts long. Everyone's trying different techniques. Everyone doing what they can to try to get a
Flames on
flame,
everyone's board.
but the flames quickly go out.
They burn
Lots of
quickly
sparks
out.
over here by Sean. Again, another technique of just really trying to break down what resources they have. They can only use the
Another
tools in their buckets.
flash of flame.
Sean working to try to get that flame to catch, if possible, breathing life into their kits.
A little bit of a flame going here for Nick and Gideon and Raul. Cultivated.
More scraping being done. Lots of scraping. All the scraping. Thank you,
Like there might
Patch.
be some wood that's
Well, we've got a
actually
flame
hot
over
in that.
here. Quickly,
Might be the
let's
first
see.
real
Will
fire that
that
we've seen.
potentially?
Whenever we do that, we gotta be
Now
ready.
remember, Nick had a lot of
Nick is blowing fire.
magnesium. And so it looks like they actually might have a consistent fire if they keep Nick breathing life into his flames right now. It looks like it actually might be keeping alive, but they've used a lot of their smaller resources. So now they can just hope that it's catched enough on those smaller sticks to allow them to build it up to burn that rope and raise their flag. Nick breathing more light. That fire is growing. It looks like it might actually be a consistent fire, but now can you get it to build high enough, fast enough before you run out of resources? Continuing to breathe life into that fire. The fire is growing. You can see that rope starting to actually turn black. It is on fire. And there you go. First group, Nick, Gideon, and Raul. They are a member of one tribe. We are looking for their next group of three.
Let's see who will be joining them.
A little bit of
Kelly
fire
has some
started here.
flame there.
Trying to see if they can get it to keep and stay. They don't have much on their table, but maybe they don't need many resources to try to get the fire to stay. They do still have smoke, but again, they haven't really dug into those resources. They're just relying on that rope to burn through, hopefully. All right, we're back over here. We are doing some threading right now.
Everyone else is cold and in the wet grass.
Cam letting everyone know that currently we only have one fire going. And it was those group of boys.
Let me know when you're ready, Todd.
All right, a lot of new techniques right now. Looks like they've got some magnesium on a little birch tree. Oh, they are trying, I think, a technique of trying to get the bark to light, and then they're trying to use the bark of some of their sticks.
Wait, no, because I think that's smaller in it.
But this gives us the flame.
No, it doesn't.
It's,
It's not.
killing the flame.
It's
A little bit of a disagreement on what gets the flame going.
Like the brush was caught. Yeah.
You need to work together because you want to be one of the groups safe and not going to tribal council with this new group. Back over here, lots of scraping of magnesium, mixture of pile of rope and twigs. Everyone's trying to get a flame going right now. Everyone is trying. Aldrin giving some tips of just trying to scrape the magnesium all over, just hoping that maybe that will help the resources catch. So now we're just sprinkling like at Olive Garden, where you just sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on your pasta and you say, don't stop scraping the cheese on my pasta. Just keep going and I'll tell you when. Let's see if this pays off. Going for some sparks.
Francesca, Leo, and Todd coming up in the
And some of the light. Now, is it going to pay off? We shall see. It looks like it did quickly go out. Looks like we have swapped out over here on this group. A little bit
Kieran
of
has a flame.
little bit of a flame. Remember, they have limited rope, and that rope is what burns quickly. If you use all of that and you're left with just your sticks,
Tiny bit of a flame.
then it's going to be a lot harder to get your flames to go.
Almost catching some sticks.
Sean trying to breathe some life right now into those flames to hope that they catch.
Catch something else. See if they can keep it going.
Sean trying really hopeful to see if it will catch.
Doesn't look like
it is, so they are back. Back over here, we've got a little bit more of a structure forming, continuing to unwind. They have the most of their rope left, so that could help them out because not many people have saved a lot of their rope.
Trying to burn it from the inside out.
So they are building, again, not much on their board. Over here, again, more threading, more scraping. If you are just tuning in, you're just waking up, you're just getting your coffee, our groups randomly had to stand on a tile, pick up a tile with a number that formed groups of 3. And then those groups of 3 are now competing in a fire making challenge. The first 2 groups to finish become one tribe. The next 2 groups to finish become a second tribe. And the last 2 groups to be finished become the last tribe. So we are now forming tribes of 6. And then they are headed to tribal if they end up being last. Looks like we've got a little bit of a fire going. Can they keep it going? Or is it going to go out? They're just throwing the rope on. They're hoping that the rope catches. Could be a good or bad technique if they use up all of their rope. A little,
You are smart about your resource management.
little sunrise on the reaping here. They still have smoke underneath,
Big flame here.
but will it catch? Breathing some life into that fire. Sparks. There's still smoke, so something is still catching. That could be a good sign. But will it last and will it catch? Now, just trying to do what they can to see if they can get something to catch. Raul giving some tips. 2 groups. It seems like the boys that finished first have all kind of split up and are watching.
See if any of the advice pays off.
Raul now going back around to the other side.
Carolyn
Maybe he was trying to help the group he
and
wants
Jess
to
have some sort of
join them.
bouldering under all that rope.
Let's see what we have over here. Again, a little bit of smoke.
Now we have some flames.
You see everyone slowly starting to get fatigued because if you've used flint, it does hurt the hands after a while from all the scraping, all of the spark making. We have had one trio finish. Nick, Raul, and Gideon. Their fire was completed. Nick now coming over here and giving some tips. So it does look like the boys are trying to give tips to certain groups. Is it because they want to have a group? Lots of help. Lots right now. Phil is now on, just blowing, hoping something will catch. It went out pretty quickly, but Nick is trying to help this group. And same with Raul.
Raul is giving advice.
Gideon, though, has not looked like they've given help to any groups.
Nurse that flame back to life.
Phil is trying to blow, but nothing was able to catch.
Now all of a sudden we have a flame here on Kelly's station.
Let's see, now these girls have been working very slowly but very meticulously to try to get a flame to catch. They might have something. A little bit of help and tips from Gideon and Raul. So it looks like maybe they're just giving everyone a little bit of tips. Not any particular group. Again, these groups are working. We do know it's possible. One group has finished. You just have to be very smart about your resources and very smart of what you do to get it to light. Fire making is a patient skill. It takes a little bit of time and the right amount of resources put together to get that flame to rise. Lots of sparks. Lots of sparks.
All right, we got a little bit of a flame.
Little bit of a flame.
Carolyn and Lindsay and Jess.
They're trying to feed it to see will it stay lit. They're just spraying it with sparks. Now, no one is breathing into the fire. They're just trying to feed it with the Hessian, but they need those sticks to catch. Gideon giving some advice, but I don't know if they heard. The fire is still going, but they need to feed it before it goes completely out. Now the flame has died down. And they might have lost the flame, but Nick is now giving some advice. Back over here with group 3. Now they've divided everything up into little patches. They've got little sticks. They've got some bark. They're making little balls of Hessian. So let's see if this technique and tactic will help them make a fire. But yes, everyone is rebuilding. Everyone is working. Remember, they have limited resources. Very limited resources at all the tables. So now they just have to make the best use. Lots of scraping over here by Phil. Remember also, your flint doesn't go forever. So you want to make sure you don't scrape away all of your magnesium. You don't scrape away all of your spark. Or break it, because that's your tool to make fire. All right, we've got some fast burning Hessian, but now what they need to do is get the sticks.
See if any of
Gideon
the
telling them
devices
to
pay
blow.
off.
They need someone to blow.
We have
A little bit of blowing.
Sparks and Ash here.
Well,
Kieran trying to
Kieran is working to try to breathe life
give
into
some
that fire.
air to them.
They
Try
just
to
need
catch some of the bigger
one of the bigger
sticks.
sticks because you have very limited time to keep that
All of a
fire.
sudden we have flame
Oh.
here from Phil and Aldrin and Renee.
Kieran. Lots of blowing, trying to now get that to catch, and they need some of the sticks
Not
to catch.
able to build much of a structure there. All of a sudden, Patch
But Pat,
and
Sean,
Sean
and
are
Kieran
starting to
have
build
a
a little bit of a
fire.
structure with a real flame to it.
We also look like we have a flame going here,
Okay,
so
have
we
two
might have a
flames at the same
showdown
time
here. So now it's going to come down to who can get their flame higher. If they can get it going, I
Holding
will
a
say
structure up.
Patch's structure is a little
Their
bit
flame is
bigger,
getting close to that rope.
so
They
they
have
need.
the closest thing to a real structure.
Keep breathing. They're getting a lot of helpful tips.
Fire. We have two flames.
Two
One of them's
flames, but
building
one
up,
of them
one
needs to
them's
build
building more
up.
flat.
So
They
they're
need to move the
trying.
flame 'cause
Phil
it's
is
tall enough, but
continuing
it's
to
just not
breathe.
hitting that rope right now.
I will say
We're gonna try to add a few more
this might
sticks.
become our
That
second
opens the
fire.
door for Phil, Aldrin, and Renee
Sean
to try
breathing.
to
They just need
catch
the
theirs a
fire
little bit
to
more.
hit the tip. It looks like it is now licking
They're
the
blocking
fire.
flame. Try to make sure the wind doesn't impact it.
This might become our second group. They are now creating a barrier from the wind. Their rope is slowly getting licked by the fire. It's getting charred, and it is burned through. That is our second group. Now that becomes our first group. So they will join the boys as.
Nick, Gideon, and Raul.
So now we're looking for our next tribe. This next tribe will also still be safe. You do not want to be the last two groups.
Aldrin and Renee are the closest of the remaining groups. We're looking for two more.
They do have sticks burning
light their
through.
fire.
Phil is breathing life into his fire slowly. Again, channeling
They have
his
some good char.
inner dragon breath.
Flames are even already licking the rope.
It is licking the rope. The rope
Very
is
close.
burning.
Just need
They
a little
just
bit more
need it
heat.
to burn through.
Phil almost blew the fire out.
Very close. It is licking the
Whatever
rope
he's
is on
doing
fire.
working. They barely built
It is
this
on
off the
fire,
structure,
and
there
it
is
is
our third
there.
group,
Our first members of Tribe 2.
We are looking for one more fire. 6 of
What
the
a way to
going
wake up this
tribal
morning.
council.
So we need one
Just
more
three
group
more
of
will
3
be immune at this first tribal council
to
today.
be immune. We've got a little bit of a fire going over here.
We have some flame here from Leo, Cod, and Francesca.
Can they get it to catch? They've got very small resources that they're working with. They have something that caught, but they need to build it up. They're just working together. They would love to be that last group, part of the last tribe that's safe from tribal council.
Do not want to go to tribal council again.
They're continuing to blow. They just need to build up this fire. They're using their resources very meticulously, very limitedly. It could be a strategy. A little bit of playing and dancing with that fire. Fire is not forgiving, but fire is a sign of life here in Survivor, and you want that fire to build up. Currently, this is the only group close enough right now to making fire.
Any wood,
It'll constantly burn. That stick
not
you're
going to
holding,
go
so just like
anywhere.
keep it over a
Burn
flame
out
as much
very
as you can.
quickly.
Currently, this is the only group close to making fire, but we do actually have a flame, it looks like, over with Jess, Geraldine, and Lindsay. But can they keep it going?
All the groups getting different
Lots of
advice.
smoke. They're just trying to get those resources. Cod blowing. They just need to keep those sticks to light.
With cod.
It seems like they might have some of the
Trying to
sticks
breathe some
caught.
life
They
into
just
the
can't
fire.
lose this flame. Again, they want to be that last group safe from tribal council.
Fire here from Geraldine, Jess, and Lindsay.
They are
It's still
working.
very
They're still
close.
blowing.
Anyone's game.
Fire at both groups. Both groups have a fire. Now it just comes down who can build it up high enough and keep their fire going. Everyone trying to get their fire to catch. Potentially, it might look like Lindsay, Jess, and Geraldine's fire might be a little bit better built, but can it get big enough to catch the rope?
Geraldine holding a stick over the flame to try to get
Their fire is actually starting to catch a bit more.
They have a good set of fire. They just need to catch it on that.
It looks like now Jerry Lynn, Lindsay, and Jess are trying to get to not smother their fire. Leo, Francesca, and Cod working diligently to get their fire to catch bigger sticks.
They need to make this one count because they're starting to run out of.
Everyone is starting to run out of materials right now. Everyone working to try to be that last group safe with their new tribe mates. You don't want to go to tribal with your new.
All right, all of a sudden we've got a little bit of flame on all three tables.
So now
who can nurse
we
it?
are in this.
Who can raise this flame to the rope?
Looks like we have fire going on all groups now. So it is a race to see who has the right resources left to build this fire.
Geraldine, Jess, and Lindsay have their big.
They
sticks
do have their
caught.
bigger sticks caught. Cod still trying to blow life into their fire, but
Nelly and Champagne have the rope
currently
caught.
this group does have their bigger sticks caught. Finelli, Kelly, and Champagne are working to try to get their bigger sticks, but now
Their fire.
they're trying to not lose their flame.
Over that, try to catch.
Lots of helpful Tims coming. Aldrin giving some great advice.
Blowing on the fire, and Leo and Francesca building a
They are
structure.
holding their structure. Lots of fire right now coming back. They just came back out of nowhere. They now have the biggest fire flame, and
They
they're
have the
trying
biggest
to
flame.
get it to catch
They're
on that
getting a lot
teepee.
closer.
Francesca
They can
holding
get
that teepee
larger
together.
structure to catch.
But like I said, fire can rise and lower. They're doing good. They are building a very nice. The rope is starting to get darker. The flames are just licking the base of the rope.
Geraldine and Lindsay are not going to give up. They also have a flame. but
Their
this
rope
flame
is
now
on
touching the
fire,
rope,
and
and
there it
over.
is.
A
Leo,
final
Cod,
group
and
will join
Francesca
group
is
two.
joining group 2 to make the second tribe, and then our last two groups are now tribe 3 going to tribal. We will get you guys an update momentarily and show you those new tribes. We will show you those new tribes. There is a coin in the center of this field. Is anyone going to catch it? We'll see. All these tribes are getting acquainted. Some of these individuals have not seen each other. We'll show you what this breakdown is. That was a lovely fire making challenge.
The two groups who finished first and second. Over to me. You have won immunity and have become the new Goddard tribe.
Oh, the new Goddard tribe. You can see this amazing idol now detaches and becomes 2 idols. So they have the arrow and are the new Goddard
I
tribe.
have the two groups who finished
We have
third
Kieran,
and
Nick,
fourth.
Raul, Sean,
Come grab your
Gideon,
immunity,
and Patch,
and you will become the new Caribou tribe.
the new Caribou tribe. Cod, Leo, Rede, Phil, Francesca, and Aldrian are the new Caribou tribe. And now our last tribe, and everyone's fire is going now. They're trying to get their fires to go.
A little too late.
Little too late.
You'll be joining me in tribal council, but you do become the third tribe, the Dunn tribe.
We've got Geraldine, Lindsay, Jess. They are the new Dunn tribe. Finelli, Kelly, and Champagne.
Time to head back to camp. We're gonna have
These new tribe of ladies, unfortunately, will be going to tribal council this morning. So that will be the next thing you will see today. So new tribes were just made. Let's get to meet our new Caribou tribe.
for today, we're gonna have the two
I know all of your names, I swear. Just don't watch day one. It's okay, okay?
for the time being during the tribal council strategizing time. Okay?
And then our new Goddard tribe, Patch, Nick holding the idol, Gideon, Kieran, and Sean. Also saved the first two groups to get fire. And last but not least, our tribe going
You're all
to
gonna go to all
tribal
12
council.
winners are gonna go together.
Everyone's fire caught this morning, but unfortunately someone's fire will be snuffed.
We'll let the other 6 start strategizing, and we'll get into tribal.
Phil going underneath the piles. Thought he was just helping clean up things. Everyone's doing a quick little search for some coins. All right, everyone. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in this bright morning with your breakfast and joining us here at the sunrise of the reaping. Apologies for the audio this morning. It is before 7 a.m., so please give me a little bit of slack there. You got to see our new tribes be formed, fires be made, and one fire will be going out. So stay close to our viewers lounge. We've got some coffee with the Capitol for some coin updates, because I know some of you were looking to hear about a coin update. So that'd be a coin update leading up to this morning, and some other fun, lovely information with Isaiah. So please go and check that out when it gets posted. And we'll see you all at Tribal Council momentarily. Have a great morning. We'll see you soon.